What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome on back to our Pokemon Omega Ruby walkthrough. In the last part we checked out the optional Route 123, which is south of where we're standing right now. Yeah, you know, that route had hold up, let me just mess with the gain. I feel like the gain on my microphone was a bit too high, so sorry if I was loud there at the beginning. But yeah, no, that route was completely optional, kind of a weird one, had like two separate paths and whatnot. But now we're here at Mount Pyre. So, okay, nice. I already have Max Repel sprayed. So yeah, this is basically the main attraction in Route 122. And this thing you actually do need to traverse. But you actually don't need to traverse all of it. If you want, you can just kind of head straight up and then to the left. And then that'll take you outside to the summit. And, that will take you right up to either Team Magma or Team Aqua. And you'll do some fighting up there. However, on the inside, there's, I think, like 4 floors, I'm pretty sure, and a bunch of trainers for you to fight. So, yeah, we're going to be covering all of it today. Just a bunch of battling should be pretty good. I mean, we need it. We recently got our newest team member who just leveled up right there. Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't, like, done any off-screen grinding with Shuppet or anything like that. Kind of just, you know, leaving it as is. But I think, you know, once it gets up to like the high 30s, like 36, 37, 38, you know, and it starts being able to fight on its own, I'll probably just turn the EXP share off there. But yeah, there's a couple trainers on this first floor. But there's like, okay, I think, yeah, this guy's one. Yeah, there's a bunch of people on here. Not all of them are trainers. So now I'm getting like confused. But yeah, no, Pokemon in this place. On the outside, you can find Vulpix and Chimecho as new members, so I'm sure we all know about Vulpix. Now, Chimecho's a 5% encounter rate, and I mean, is it worth it in my opinion? I don't know. There's better Psychic types out there, but, you know, it's still alright. And then on the inside, a new mon you can get is Duskull, so another ghost type that, remember, can become Dusknoir in this game, which is pretty dope. And, okay, here we have a Grumpig coming out. I'm going to try to give Shuppet a chance. I mean, our defenses are still really bad, but we are super effective with, I think we have Shadow Ball, right? Didn't I get that recently? Yeah, we did. Okay. And, oh, golly, this is a mistake, isn't it? I'm just trying to give my members, or my newest members some action, bro, but at the end of the day, he's just a little puppet. Dude can't do a whole lot. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a good Monday, and, okay, because of that, let me just go back into Geico here. But yeah, I'm recording this one on the day before. Not gonna lie to y'all, there's a chance my power goes out as I'm trying to record episodes here. So, hey, if that happens, that'd kind of suck. I don't know if I'd, like, lose the recording or anything, but I feel like, I think my laptop would shut off, though, because it is plugged in. But I don't know, maybe I am thinking about that wrong. I ain't no computer whiz, I can tell you that. And look, this is how not to use a Grumpig. See, I've got my Grumpig, you know, who's an absolute just workhorse. But this guy's being a wuss and just spamming rest over and over again. So, yeah, kind of annoying. I'll just finish him off with Fury Cutter, a move that we never use, but whatever. We got a crit as well, so I guess we'll take it there. And, yeah, everyone's going to keep leveling up. Again, I'll turn the EXP share off very soon because, honestly, I think most of my team is, like, almost at the level of the 7th gym already, and we still have a good amount of things to do there, that's for sure. But yeah, let's look for the last trainer. I think it's going to be a Hex Maniac. And yeah, I can see her up there. But yeah, there's some items on the inside. I think there's like a pretty solid TM. There's a cleanse tag from this old lady. But yeah, Mount Pyre is like the typical, you know, Pokemon Tower, Lost Tower, those types of areas. It's the Pokemon Graveyard. Kind of sad in here. Everyone's got to, you know, put their Pokemon to rest, but I mean, just like the real world, bro, Mons be dying. But anyways, let's take on the Hex Maniac, and that'll be it for floor number 1. Now, I do think the layout's actually changed. I think you can't get to the summit until you go up a floor or something like that, it looks like. Unless I completely missed the exit somehow. But I don't know. I feel like they did switch this up a tiny bit in between the originals and the remakes. But yeah, no, at the time this video goes up, I had a video drop over on the main channel. Personally, it's one of my favorite videos I've ever made because I really try to go hard with the editing, you know, keep it pretty entertaining and whatnot. I also think it was a pretty cool idea. And yeah, overall, I just really enjoyed it. When I tell you literally, like, Saturday was like a grind. I mean, I was just in my basement That sounds kind of like degenerate, but I swear it wasn't. I was literally in my basement from like 10:30 in the morning to like, you know, 9, 10 p.m. at night, editing and making the thumbnail for that new video. And, you know, I mean, I'd like to say it was worth it. So, hey, what can I say, man? All right, let's move on to floor number 2. Looks like we're going to fight the black belt first. But, yeah, no, you know, if you're interested, check out the video over on the main channel. It's been a minute since I've recorded some walkthrough episodes because I got about 2 weeks ahead or so. But, you know, it's still May. I wouldn't say summer's going by too fast because, let's be honest, you know, for people in school, or I guess, you know, in work too, anytime you have a break, it just feels like it always goes by way too fast, huh? Always does, man. Always does. Down goes Machoke, though. That was pretty simple. And, yeah, trust me, I really do want to turn off the EXP share soon. Like, I forget what level Shuppet evolves at. Maybe once it evolves, or, like, I'm thinking at least level 37 or something, you know. Then we'll turn it off for show. Okay? Because I know there's going to be some people, like, getting mad at me for over-leveling. But, I mean, you know, I also try not to do off-screen grinding in these walkthroughs. I've said that time and time again. Because, I mean, I guess it'd be good to just solely level up. We'll fight this girl next. But, yeah, solely level up, what's it called? Shuppet. But, you know, and I could deposit all my other mons. But, oh well, man. I mean, you know, it's either I get a bunch of levels off camera or I get some levels on camera. You know, that's part of Pokemon. Anyways, here's a Jigglypuff. Remember, this thing's part fairy now in these games, so we'll go ahead and knock it out. And that's it for that fight. I'm honestly trying to figure out, did I miss the exit to the summit in the first floor? Or did they really switch this place up? Because I'm honestly, like, kind of confused as to where... It must have been back on the first floor and I missed it. Either way, just know you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Just keep that in mind. Alright, we'll put Turbo to the front. And we got a double battle coming up. So I want to deal with these people real quick. Alright, those people used a Delcatty and Manectric. You know, they're one of those couple trainer classes. And then I went ahead and fought the double battle right here, too. Don't worry, these people are really creepy. You didn't want to see them anyways. I always talk about how those trainer classes are creepy, but I'm telling you, they are. Hex Maniac and the little fairy tale girl or whatever they're called. Creepy stuff. Speaking of Hex Maniacs, here we go. But yeah, they had a Girafarig and Mawile. So, hey, at least we're seeing some, you know, kind of neat mons out here. But again, I do want to cover all of Mount Pyre. We'll get to the evil team stuff in a second, but that's why I'm cutting out a few battles here and there. And here's an honor battle. We're the same level, too. And we get the outspeed here. Come on, let it be a one-shot. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was kind of risky, though, because I think if it went first and hit Shadow Ball, we would have gotten one shot. But, hey, there we go. That's a good showing for Shuppet, who's now level 35. So I will take that all day. Xatu, though, I'd love to say you can handle it, but I don't think so. If it was a Natu, then, you know, for sure. But yeah, I also recently finished up a Mario Mon Nuzlocke. If you don't know what Mario Mon is, it was a ROM hack that dropped back in April. And it's literally like a Pokemon game that takes place in the Mario universe, and all the, you know, Pokemon are characters from the Mario games, and it's just really freaking cool. And, yeah, beat a Nuzlocke, which I streamed live over on my Twitch and all that good stuff. So that game was a lot of fun. Nuzlocke was very entertaining. I'm actually planning on making a highlight video at some point. Now, it may be a little later on down the road, but yeah, I'd like to upload that to the main channel. Just, you know, stream highlights. Like a, what do they call those? Like a supercut or something like that. That reminds me of the haircut place. I don't think I've ever been to a supercuts. But, you know, if you have, feel free to let me know how your experience was. I mean, or don't. You don't have to. Alright, back into Turbo here. And we can finesse this backpacker to grab this sea instance first. And then we'll fight him. Bunch of instances up here, which I forget exactly what they do. I do know you can sell them for a good amount of money, though. So maybe that's what you want to end up doing instead. But yeah, I think this is actually the last trainer inside. I could be mistaken, but we'll find out here. Now, here's the strat. I start by going for Lava Plume. That's going to get him to a fire type. Then I'm super effective with Rock Slide. Come on, bro. It's just too easy. Okay, wait. He did go for Camouflage. What does that do? Okay, so much for Rock Slide being super effective. Alright, now that's cool. I really don't know. What does camouflage do? Does it, like, change the typing depending on the environment? Is that why he went to a ghost type? And then maybe if, like, you were in the water, he'd camouflage into a water type. Okay, hold up. We're trying to get body slam here. I'm actually going to get rid of clear smog. 50 base power move. Not that good. Not stab. Body slam. You know, it's also not stab, but at least it has the chance to paralyze. Could come in handy. You never know. Okay, so now here we go. So they did change the layout. There's the exit to the summit, but if we keep on going around, we can go up another floor. And yeah, we just have, I think, 1 or 2 items to grab up here. Yeah, this is a lot different from the original game. So hence why I was tripped up. But there's TM30 Shadow Ball. Definitely worth it to come all the way up here. I already have it on Shuppet, though, who learned it naturally. And then you can see the sparkling over here. That's going to be the Metachemite. So if you caught a Metatite at some point, and now you have a Metacham, you can get Mega Metacham. And, you know, that's pretty awesome because I think it still retains Pyre power and all that good stuff, so pretty darn strong. But now we're at the summit. So remember, this is where you can find, like, Vulpix and Chimecho. But what we're here for is, you know, I already got a full team of 6. We're here to take down Team Magma. Now, I know there's a couple of items you can get along the way, so I'll make sure to pick up those. Yeah, here's another TM. Pretty easy to spot those yellow Pokeballs. TM61 and Will-O-Wisp, not bad, just a little inaccurate, but, you know, burn is always nice to pull off. Alright, camera angle gets a little cool up here, too, so that's kind of neat, I gotta say. Zooms out a bit. By these gravestones, you can find a max potion. And, yeah, the Team Magma Grunts are coming up. I don't think from this angle you can see them. I'm not sure if that's because they're out of frame or, like, you know, maybe the render distance wasn't as good for this game. I do believe this grave has a hidden item. Yeah, come on, that was too easy. Ultra Ball. And that may be it for all of the items on your way up. I could be wrong. Is there one off to the right? No, it doesn't. Oh, no, there definitely is up here, I think. But there we go. Now they come into view. So, yeah, you can't really avoid them either. All you got to do is fight these guys. Of course, this will be Team Aqua if you're playing Alpha Sapphire. We fought plenty of Magma Grunts so far in the game. This shouldn't be anything too different. I don't even think you fight a boss up here or an admin, so, you know, really you should be fine. If you were able to beat, like, Winona, you're gonna have no issues beating these people. And get used to seeing more of them, though, because we got some more stuff coming up in Lily Cove City with these guys, so that will, you know, that'll be a big place to check out. Actually, I think we're gonna be doing that in the next episode. By the way, I had ribs tonight and, like, not too long ago, so, you know, I'm still burping them back up. No, I'm kidding. Okay. But no, that was like the... Dude, I was thinking about it. That's probably the first time I had ribs in, like, a long time. I don't really know how long. Ribs are pretty good. You know, they're not the greatest thing ever, but not the worst thing ever. I think they're pretty solid. You know, you got to have barbecue sauce with them or something, though. You know, just like plain ribs, I don't think I could do. Don't think I could do it, man. Not gonna lie. But yeah, that was kind of nice to you know, run the block again and have one of them, or have some ribs again, because I swear it's been at least like over a year, probably longer. All right, down goes Numble. Now you're gonna have a Mightyena. I might as well just stay in for this guy, and then I want to say we only have one more grunt. It's honestly not too much. There were less trainers than I thought. In Mount Pyre, but again, I think that's because they switched up the layout a bit, and I wasn't prepared, bro. Okay, Tailwind's not bad. Then again, I don't think I really would need it for a regular playthrough. Very good and competitive, though. If you don't know, it basically increases the speed of your entire team, no matter who's on the field, for the next, like, what is it, 3 to 5 turns or something along those lines. So, you know, pretty solid, but I think I will pass on it. Alright, come back over here. Yeah, here's another Megastone. Benetite. So, hey, as soon as we get the Benet, I'm putting that thing on it, and we will be able to Mega Evolve our Benet, which is going to be pretty dope. And there's nothing in that grass. But yeah, as I said, we have 2 Mega Evolutions that we can use throughout the rest of this playthrough, which is pretty dope. I've never used a Benet before, so, you know, having the Mega is going to be a big plus. But let's head up the staircase, take on Grunt number 3. And then, yeah, up here is like the dumbest... Look, I know there's been a lot of dumb Pokemon NPC moments, mainly with the evil teams. Throughout the main series, they're always telling you exactly where they're going to go or exactly what item they're trying to get. They're always telling you their plans, but man, up here might just be the dumbest thing of them all. It's really bad. I remember, like, back in the day making Pokemon Challenge runs back in, like, 2020, 2021, and I would always just have to mention this part because of how just dumb it was. But yeah, Sceptile's getting an X-Scissor. That's pretty dope. Definitely dropping Fury Cutter for that. Very nice type coverage for show. And Golbat. Okay, we can go into Magcargo up here. And yeah, I won't say anything just yet. Just keep in mind, that we're dealing with Team Magma. Of course, it'll kind of be vice versa in Alpha Sapphire. We're dealing with Team Magma. They're going after Groudon, who is, red, reddish orange. Just keep that in mind as we get up here. And yeah, we're gonna... Oh, wow, that did not kill. Man. Whew, 9 levels above. Magcargo's not even... Oh, man. Hey, Magcargo, we're gonna need to step it up soon. Nah, you know what? He's fine. Magcargo had a great, great go-around in the 6th gen. So, he can slack off a little bit for the next couple of episodes. He's good, man. And I know some people diss Magcargo because it's like, oh, 2 quad weaknesses. Nah, bro's cooking in this series, I'm telling you. Alright, so up here, it is Maxi with an admin as well. And they've, like, infiltrated. Yo, bro, what? They've infiltrated Mount Pyre. And, yeah, they are grabbing the orbs. And, wait, I just realized. No, the whole thing. Wait, they switched this up too in the remakes? Look, I'm sorry, it's been years since I played Oras. Oh, man. I hyped that up for nothing. They actually do grab the right orb. Come on. And I guess we do have to fight an admin, so just don't listen to me I hope, like, if you weren't listening, if you were, like, in the background doing some right now, yeah, that's right, I see you. Well, I don't actually see you, that'd be creepy. But if you weren't paying attention, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Just completely disregard what I said for the past 2 minutes. So, in Ruby and Sapphire, if you see Team Aqua up here, they take the red orb, and then Team Magma takes the blue orb, which makes no sense, because obviously Team Magma's going for Groudon, Aqua's going for Kyogre. But, I guess in the remakes, they became smart, and I think it's because this part of the game is a bit more like Emerald, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, yeah, they actually got the right orb, so it's, like, kind of bad, because now they literally have the item they need to awaken Groudon. All they gotta do is go to the Cave of Origin. So, yeah, we're gonna grab the blue orb now, because that'll, kind of counteract it, or something along those lines. That's a cool little cutscene right there. And, I mean, yeah, I said you have to fight an admin. Like, bro, it's gonna have, it's gonna be either Camerupt or Sharpedo. Camerupt's got Earth Power, Curse, Rock Slide, and Takedown. Not even a Fire-type move. Even worse, though, is Sharpedo still just has Ice Fang, Slash, Scary Face, and Poison Fang. Still not a stab move in there. So, I mean, admin, I'd really just call them grunts. They are, they should not be able to be considered admins. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. Next time, we're dealing with more Evil Team shenanigans. For now, though, hope you all enjoyed. Have a great rest of your Monday. And until then, deuces.